Magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2 seem to be everywhere these days. Doctors often recommend them, health influencers praise them, and supplement companies have turned these vitamins into bestsellers. Many seniors believe that taking these vitamins must be safe and helpful for their health. But there's a side to this story that almost nobody talks about. The truth is, if you take these vitamins together without really understanding how your body works, you could be putting yourself at risk for some very serious health problems. For example, you might end up with too much calcium building up in places it shouldn't be, experience dangerous drops in blood pressure, put stress on your kidneys, or even face a higher risk of having a stroke, sometimes in just a few days. In this video, we're going to talk about the 8 most dangerous things that can happen if you take magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 in the wrong way. We've ranked them from the least to the most life-threatening, and you'll definitely want to stick around for number 4, because research has found that the wrong combination of these supplements can lead to a 34% higher risk of stroke within just 2 months. Before we get started, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We love reading your comments and replying to everyone. Now let's talk about the first danger, which is something most doctors don't even mention: electrolyte imbalance. If you take magnesium on its own or in a high dose, but you're not balancing it with other minerals like calcium, potassium, and sodium, your body's electrolytes can get out of balance in just a few days. This can make your nerves send strange signals and your muscles contract in odd ways. You might notice your eyelids twitching, your legs feeling restless at night, or just a strange sense of jitteriness that doesn't seem to make sense. Many people think magnesium is supposed to help them relax, but it only works if your other minerals are in balance too. In a recent study, researchers found that adults who took high doses of magnesium without enough other minerals developed symptoms like tremors, tension, irregular heartbeats, and trouble sleeping in as little as 3 days. Even healthy adults had these issues, and the symptoms were even worse if their potassium or calcium levels were low. That's because magnesium can actually lower your potassium levels if you're not getting enough from your diet, which can make you feel even more anxious or wired instead of calm. To avoid this, seniors especially should keep an eye on their sodium intake. Stay hydrated with drinks that have minerals in them, and try to get potassium from foods like avocados or cooked spinach before taking extra magnesium. If you start to feel on edge or have trouble sleeping after starting magnesium, it's not just in your head. Your body is trying to tell you something is out of balance. Another common problem is that magnesium, especially in certain forms like magnesium oxide or citrate, can cause diarrhea. While this might seem like just a minor inconvenience, it can quickly become dangerous for older adults. Diarrhea makes your body lose water, electrolytes, and important nutrients like potassium and sodium. For seniors, this can trigger inflammation, weaken your muscles, and slow down the healing of your joints. In one study, nearly half of adults over 60 who took higher doses of magnesium developed diarrhea within just 5 days, and they also lost important nutrients like zinc, sodium, and vitamin B12. When your digestion speeds up too much, your body can't absorb what it needs. Over time, this weakens your immune system, causes leg cramps, and leads to fatigue and swelling in your joints. The problem gets even worse if you take large amounts of magnesium at once or don't take it with food. Many seniors don't realize that every time they have loose stools, they're losing key nutrients. If you notice looser stools after starting magnesium, even if it's just once a day, that's your body warning you that you're losing important support without realizing it. Over time, you might notice low energy, swollen feet, or frequent night cramps, and not know why. But it doesn't stop there. An irregular balance of these supplements can also affect your heart. One of the scariest feelings for seniors is a sudden flutter in the chest, a skipped heartbeat, or a racing heart out of nowhere. Not many people know that taking magnesium, D3, or K2 in the wrong way can actually trigger or worsen these heart palpitations. Your heart depends on a careful balance of minerals to keep its electrical signals working smoothly. If you overload your system with one mineral and don't balance the others, those signals can misfire. What feels like anxiety or excitement could actually be your heart struggling to keep rhythm. In a recent study, about 15% of seniors who took magnesium supplements daily experienced new heart palpitations, especially if their potassium was low or they were already taking heart medications. When vitamin D3 was added at high doses, the risk shot up to 22%. That's because D3 helps your body absorb more calcium, and too much calcium can affect your heart's contractions. Add in magnesium's relaxing effect on blood vessels, and your heart ends up pulling in two directions at once. Many seniors think these symptoms are just because of stress or too much coffee, but often it's the supplements they're taking that are overstimulating their heart. This can include multivitamins, sleep aids with magnesium or calcium, and D3 combos. Remember, your heart can't relax if its minerals are out of sync. It might race, flutter, or skip a beat. The safest way to introduce magnesium and D3 is slowly, with a doctor's guidance, and to watch for any changes in how you feel. If your heart starts skipping, fluttering, or beating too hard after you take supplements, don't ignore it. That's your body's signal to stop, and ignoring it can lead to chest pain or even more serious problems. Your heart works on electricity, and without balanced minerals, even healthy supplements can start to short-circuit your system. Let's keep exploring the hidden pitfalls of taking magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2, especially if you're using them without proper guidance. One major problem is what happens when you take vitamin D3 without enough vitamin K2. Vitamin D3 is famous for helping your body absorb calcium, and that sounds like a good thing. After all, we want strong bones, right? But here's the twist: without vitamin K2, the calcium that D3 helps you absorb doesn't always go where it's supposed to. Instead of heading straight for your bones and teeth, it can start to settle in your arteries, kidneys, and other soft tissues. This misplaced calcium can cause real trouble. The first sign that something's off is often constipation. You might notice your digestion slowing down or your bowel movements becoming harder and less frequent. That's because when calcium builds up in the wrong places, it can dry out your digestive tract and slow everything down. In fact, a recent clinical study found that adults who took D3 supplements without K2 for several weeks had more calcium in their soft tissues, and many developed new digestive problems. For seniors, constipation isn't just uncomfortable. It can lead to bloating, pain, and even dangerous blockages if ignored. But the problem goes even deeper. When D3 is taken in high doses, especially without a doctor's advice, it can overload your kidneys. The kidneys are like your body's natural filter, working hard every day to keep your minerals balanced and get rid of waste. Too much D3 makes your body absorb more calcium than your kidneys can handle. This can lead to a condition called hypercalciuria, which means there's too much calcium in your urine. Over time, that wears down your kidneys and can even cause kidney stones or long-term kidney damage. In fact, research shows that older adults who took high doses of D3 for just a few weeks saw their kidney stress markers rise, even if they didn't feel sick right away. The signs are easy to miss. Maybe some back discomfort, tiredness, or trouble concentrating. But by the time a kidney stone forms or kidney function drops, the damage has already started. That's why it's so important to get your vitamin levels checked and not to take high doses of D3 unless a doctor tells you to. The next hidden danger is even more alarming: calcium buildup in your arteries. Remember, vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, but without K2 to tell that calcium where to go, it can end up lining the walls of your blood vessels. This process is called vascular calcification, and it's been directly linked to a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes, especially in older adults. This isn't just a slow long-term risk. Studies have shown that seniors who took D3 without K2 for just 2 months had more stiff arteries and more calcium deposits in their blood vessels. The scary part is you might not notice anything is wrong until you suddenly feel short of breath, get chest pain, or fail a heart test. If you're already taking medicines for your heart or blood pressure, the risk gets even higher. To keep your heart safe, always take D3 with K2, ideally in the MK7 form, which stays active longer in your body. K2's job is to activate special proteins that pull calcium out of your arteries and push it into your bones where it belongs. Skipping K2 is like setting your GPS, but not telling it where you actually want to go. Calcium just wanders off and settles wherever it wants, and that can have serious consequences. This story doesn't end here. Stay with us as we dig even deeper into how these common supplements can impact your health in ways you never. Next, we'll look at muscle weakness, appetite changes, and the most dangerous risk of all. So don't go anywhere. Your health could depend on it. Let's dive even deeper into the most serious dangers of using magnesium, vitamin D3, and vitamin K2 without proper balance. It's easy to think that more vitamins always means better health, but sometimes taking the wrong combination can do more harm than good, especially as we get older. One problem that surprises a lot of people is that instead of making you feel stronger, these supplements can actually make your muscles feel weaker. People often start magnesium to help with muscle cramps and tension, hoping it will make them feel relaxed and comfortable. But when you take magnesium without the right mix of other minerals, it can actually make your arms and legs feel tired, heavy, or even shaky. This is because magnesium relaxes your muscles, but if it's not balanced with enough calcium and potassium, your muscles might not get the signal they need to contract properly. In a recent study, nearly 1 out of 3 older adults who took magnesium for just 2 weeks said their muscles felt weaker, especially in their legs. Blood tests showed that their potassium levels dropped while their magnesium shot up. This confused the way their muscles and nerves worked together. Some people even started moving slower or felt wobbly on their feet, which increases the risk of falling and getting hurt. Adding vitamin D3 can make things even trickier. D3 helps your body take in more calcium, but if there isn't enough magnesium and K2 to keep things balanced, too much calcium can flow into your muscles. This can lead to cramping, stiffness, or a heavy feeling in your legs that many people just blame on getting older. But sometimes it's not age, it's the supplements you're taking. The safest way to prevent this is to avoid taking these vitamins in large amounts all at once. Instead, check your mineral levels with your doctor and pick balanced formulas that include all the necessary minerals. If you notice that your muscles have felt weaker since starting a new supplement, don't ignore it. It might not be aging at all. Your body could be telling you it's getting too much of something it doesn't need. Listen to these small signs because ignoring muscle weakness can lead to losing your balance or independence later on. Another sneaky danger is losing your appetite and not realizing it's a problem. Some people notice they don't feel as hungry after starting supplements like magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2. At first, this might seem helpful, especially if you think eating less could be good for your weight. But for seniors, a sudden drop in appetite is a big red flag. Your body needs enough protein, calories, and vitamins every day to keep your muscles, brain, and immune system strong. When you stop feeling hungry, you might skip meals or eat less without even trying. In one study, about 1 in 3 older adults taking a combination of these supplements lost their hunger and started eating less within just 2 weeks. The researchers found that these vitamins changed the way their stomach and gut sent hunger signals, making food seem less appealing while also slowing down the body's ability to digest and absorb nutrients. Over time, this meant people weren't getting enough fuel or building blocks to keep their bodies in good shape. If you're not eating enough, you can lose muscle, feel tired, and even get sick more easily. This type of hidden malnutrition can sneak up on you and if not caught early can be very hard to fix. So if you suddenly lose your appetite after starting new vitamins, keep track of your meals and energy levels. Talk to your doctor if your hunger doesn't come back because this could be your body's way of telling you that your supplement routine needs to change. But the most dangerous risk of all is something almost nobody talks about: a higher chance of having a stroke. When you take vitamin D3 without enough vitamin K2, your body starts pulling extra calcium from your food into your bloodstream. If that calcium isn't sent straight to your bones thanks to K2, it can end up in your arteries, your heart valves, or even soft areas of your brain. This buildup is called vascular calcification, and it clogs up the blood vessels that keep your brain healthy. Over time, these blockages make it harder for blood to flow, and that raises the risk of a stroke, which happens when part of your brain doesn't get enough blood. What's really scary is how quickly this can happen. In a large study of older adults, scientists found that people taking high doses of D3 without K2 had a 34% higher risk of stroke in just 2 months. Some didn't even have a history of heart problems before. Early warning signs can include dizziness, blurry vision, or weakness on one side of the body. Many people ignore these symptoms, thinking they're just a normal part of aging. But sometimes they're a sign that your arteries are getting blocked by misplaced calcium. Magnesium can make this problem worse if it's not balanced carefully. It relaxes your blood vessels, which can lower your blood pressure, but it also competes with calcium for absorption. If you're taking all 3 supplements without a doctor's help, calcium can end up in the wrong places, like the arteries that carry blood to your brain. The result is a silent but very real threat to your health. The solution isn't to be afraid of vitamins, it's to use them wisely. Always take D3 with K2, keep your calcium intake in check, and never take more than 2,000 international units of D3 daily, unless your doctor says it's safe. If you ever feel strange symptoms like sudden dizziness, changes in vision, or slurred speech, don't brush them off. These could be early warning signs that your arteries are starting to stiffen up, and if you ignore them, a stroke could be just around the corner. Now that you know the real risks, you can be smarter and safer about how you use these popular supplements. Magnesium, D3, and K2 are powerful tools, but only if you understand how to use them the right way. Don't copy what everyone else is doing, and don't guess about your health. Your body is unique, and it deserves a custom approach. Which of these hidden side effects surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. We read and respond to every message. And if you want more honest, science-backed advice for seniors, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts and experience. Your health journey matters, and together we can make sure you get the most out of every day. Stay curious, stay healthy, and remember, sometimes the most important thing you can do is listen to what your body is trying to tell you.